Good morning. Quickly throw the cameras up. If I don't get a tether stuck. Cusick. Our last time, guys. It's our last time in the US of A. Just pulled over here and figured we need a final video. Leaving the US, headed back to Canada for the final time. You won't see the US again until we go on vacation. So we're gonna head up north toward Ione and Medellin Falls. Still a windy day. Driving into the wind. Yeah, the new company doesn't run in the US. So we're not going to get to see this scenery for a long time. Long time. Whatever route we take on vacation might not come through this road. In fact, very likely, this might be the last time I see this road in my life. That'd be sad to think, but it could be a thing. Gonna be a lot of last this week. It sounds like the new company might lease this trailer for a little bit or rent this trailer for a little bit, and I might get to do some of the same Klesnikov oversized loads to Vancouver and stuff like that still. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. That's where we're headed now. We're headed up. Well, we're headed up to Summit. We got my rear light bar on the truck just fell off, hanging by the electrical wires. So I've got it bungeed on. So we're going to swing by the shop and see if they can fix it, or if a new light bar has to be ordered. You know, the little bar between the frame that go for the tail lights and reverse lights and the license plate just fell right off. So headed up to Summit, see if they can fix it or if we have to order a new part. Incredibly windy out here. Not as windy as last night though. Woo, it was windy. See if they can repair that, head up to Klesnikov, load a oversized load that's going to Vancouver. probably one more load back to the Kootenays, and that's it. So 2 more loads. For Sutco. Definitely bittersweet. Like I say, so excited about doing something new, but kind of sad to see what we had gone. Jess is going Highway 14. We're never going to see Highway 14 until we take that on a vacation. It's like, oh, we're going to see that highway again. Beautiful highway. We'll take that on a vacation. And the new company doesn't like running into the US, but also not saying we will never run in the US. With my boss's knowledge of crossing the border, maybe the owner will be a little more open to doing some US runs, especially if they're very profitable. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's like a defeated excited. Yeah, by the time you guys are watching this, I'm already working for the new company. So I can probably answer some of the questions you have by then. Still has lots of hay bales underneath the storage there. In fact, the hay bales are sticking way out of the storage. He's got his tarps. Well, he's making some mixed ration there right now. He had the mixer shredder going. More bales in that storage. Anything the sun touches, the outside layer gets bleached so fast. Inside, the bales are still nice and green. Radio on. They use LAD 2 on this road. See, somebody didn't make that corner. Took out some trees and debris all over. Hopefully the driver was alright. Looks like a chip truck, fully loaded chip truck, ran off the road there. won't see a train on this train track. It is a deactivated railroad. Not very often we see this much traffic on this road. Got a truck in front of us, another truck and a car behind us. The guy in front of us going slightly slow, just a hair below the speed limit. It was so windy in Spokane yesterday. The whole truck was just shaking as if there was a forklift slamming into the side of my trailer, unloading me. Just one of those violent shaking. It was just so windy. And then the buildings around me, their alarms were going off, so I had to go park the truck a little further away because it was so windy. It was setting off the building alarms. And it's like, I don't need to hear woo-wee, woo-wee, woo-wee all night long. I'm not going to get any sleep. No, thank you. Whenever we're talking about residual trucks, I could have taken that job. The truck that just passed us going the other way and the truck in front of us. That's residual. That's a quad box in front of us, but a lot of those are Super Bs. In Canada, mostly Super Bs. The ones across the border are these quad boxes. Same axle setup as my trailer. guy in front of us is obviously loaded and a little slower than us because of that, especially going uphill. We're following the, what river is this? Pend Oreille River, right? I think so. Tracking back where it comes from. Yeah, it's got to be the Pend Oreille River. Going the same direction as the river flows. The river flows up into Canada, and then it flows over to trail into the Columbia River. There's actually a hydroelectricity dam there. There's actually another hydroelectricity dam ahead of us on the US side here too. Box Canyon electrical dam here, and then the one by trail. I'm not sure what the one by trail is called. Just seen from the distance. And I don't think there's any actual passing lanes for me to pass this guy, so. And he's going, like I said, just slightly under the speed limit, so. Unless he uses a pullout, we're stuck behind him till we cross the border. Actually, even then we're stuck behind him. I'm trying to set up cruise control so I can stay even distance behind him, but I keep catching up or falling behind. Roads are starting to get wet here. It's plus 1.5 degrees Celsius. Getting messages or emails. So seeing my windshield's getting speckled with moisture, my forward-facing cam probably is too. So if there's a pullout somewhere ahead, not sure where there are any over here. I know we passed one recently. I'll pull over, clean that camera, and then we'll be a little further behind these vehicles and have the free open road again. There's a little pullout up here if it's cleared. If it's clear of snow, I'll pull in there. Unless he pulls in, then we'll just hammer down. And then we got what we got. Wow, he's getting close to that rail. Yeah, the camera was definitely getting all fogged up. Oh, crazy van came around the blind corner and decided to pass on double solid. Crazy. I get you didn't like a truck pulling in front of you, but I was pulling in front of you before you came around the corner. Alright, should be enough space so I can set cruise control. Hopefully I don't catch up with them. +1, dropping a little cooler. Have a little bit of sunshine though. Not very, like behind us there's fairly thick clouds. We're kind of driving out of the clouds here. So the sun is in the clouds, but I'm just trying to take it all in, knowing this is the last time. Or at least potentially this is going to be the last time. Just kind of writing memories for nostalgia. Yeah, I bet these roads were very slippery overnight. Layer of moisture on the road. It's probably frozen overnight. They don't have much for snow here, but I think we're coming up on Ione. Might still be a few miles. It's funny how I complain about roads in northern BC are just forest, and this road is just forest too. I don't complain about this road. Maybe it's because, like, you know, Highway 16 is a 4-lane highway and all you see is forest and the road itself is boring to drive, while this is a narrow, twisty, windy little road. It's less boring? Is that maybe the difference? what that black dot is on the window. Is it just a bug or a splat? Some dirt? Can't seem to wash it off. Doesn't look like a rock chip. I guess we've caught up with that truck. Darn it. I guess I shouldn't say we have caught up, but we're well on our way to catching up with that truck. Welcome to the International Selkirk Loop. What is the Selkirk Loop? We'll go up here, Colville, maybe crossing and trail, kind of loop around. So if we went clockwise, we'd go from here to Colville, Kettle Falls, north there. Head to trail across there, take 3B up to Salmo, and then Salmo back down around to Nelway Crossing and come back down this way. That'd be I'm guessing that'd be the Selkirk Mountains, right? So it's a big loop through the Selkirk Mountains. Is that the actual loop? Yeah, if we had exited there to go to Colville, that's the road I took a while back, where I pulled over and showed you guys the waterfall. So I think I've driven almost everything up the loop, depending on which border they take to cross, because I've never crossed a trail with a big rig. I always cross up at Roslyn, Patterson border crossing. The one down by trail is a limited hours, and I don't know if it's even open to commercial vehicles. Welcome to Ione. I've had comments that says no, it's Ione, but the locals I talked to said Ione. So I'm going with Ione. Spelled I-O-N-E. Back in the day, I used to call it I-1 or Ion, but when I talk to the locals, he goes Ione. In fact, this auto parts place here is actually spelled I-O-W-N. And that's the last time we get to have that argument too. Except for old videos, I'll get a comment every now and then. Next stop, Medellin. I know it's a long video already, but it's our last time, man. It's our last time. We gotta take it all in. Not my style of driver. I would have pulled in the Polo and let me by, but here's the Box Canyon Dam. You can't really see it from the road. course, I'm not pressuring him at all either by running this far back so I don't get windshield sprayed full of moisture. Did I finally wash that little black dot off? Maybe it just took a little bit. The river looks really low, honestly. Selkirk High, home of the Rangers. Selkirk Rangers. Rangers, I'm guessing that'd be their football team. I think in the US everybody's got a football team, right? That would be their school main team. I guess it could be basketball too. Probably not hockey. In Canada, most high schools that's not true. Hockey teams were a big part of the main branding of the high school. But so was basketball and volleyball and soccer and not really football. I guess track and field. Track and field is where the biggest branding is. Brakes this hard, he might actually be letting me by. Yeah, he's actually letting me by. Awesome, thank you, driver. Give him four-way flashers. appreciate that. Maybe hard me saying that it'd be appreciated. Boundary Dam. So there's another dam down that way. So there's quite a few dams down that river. I've recently changed the speed limit here. It used to be 55 and now it's only 45. Honestly, in a big rig it was hard to get up to 55 anyway, so I'm fine with 45. Loaded big rig, you could never get up to 55 over here, because all you do is get up to 55 and then immediately start slowing down. As you go down here, you start slowing already. So .45 is a good call. This town here is Medellin Falls. Two separate towns. One's Medellin and the other one's Medellin Falls. Vehicle on the bridge. I need both lanes to make this corner. It's the first time I've ever had to stop. Powerhouse Bridge northbound. Should have called that out a little earlier, but 15 minutes to the border. I think I'm just going to keep rolling across the border one last time.
Keep check northbound Powerhouse Bridge.
Corners like that, you spend 90% looking on the mirror and 10% looking forward on the road. Starting to look a little icy, although the temperature says it's +2. It has that slippery vibe to it. And this corner, you spend 2% looking in the mirror and spending most of your time looking forward to make sure there's no oncoming traffic, because you're taking 1.5 lanes. Excuse me, trying to hold that back. No luck, no luck. Big American flags flying. Last time we see those, man, I'm gonna miss running the US. I'm not gonna miss waiting for paperwork. I'm not gonna miss that part, not at all. Sitting right before the border, waiting for an hour while I could be trucking. That kind of sucked. And then when there was problems with the paperwork, that kind of sucked. 2-3 hours later, get the broker to finally clear it and fix it. It didn't happen often, but it was really frustrating when it happened, so I won't miss that. Unfortunately, it looks like that's all the blue sky we're going to get for the day. We're driving into pretty thick clouds over there. but I will miss these roads. Yeah, so it's going to be a while before I head over to Ontario because of all my plans I made on Saturdays. It's like, March is a bad month. April, we've got one Saturday committed already. I didn't have to request the days off because I was pretty much guaranteed every Saturday off at home. So I emailed my manager. It's like, hey, by the way, this sucks, but I've committed myself to these Saturdays. Like, why is the truck not slowing down? I had my foot on the brake and the throttle. I was just the edge of my foot was clipping the throttle and I couldn't feel it. I'm like, what's going on here? Hit the brake a little harder. I'm like, oh, I'm touching the throttle. That could be a bad day. Why is the truck not slowing down? Because I'm asking it to hit the brakes and the throttle at the same time. Yeah, not a good idea. Back down to plus 1 degree Celsius. Slate Creek Bridge northbound. No cars on the corner. Okay, we're good. The rest of the road, I can stay on my side of the road, well, for the most part. Five miles to the border. Got my paperwork all ready. still won't let my passport expire. We go on enough vacations to the US. I'll keep my passport active. We're driving to the US. We're driving to Tennessee in September. Normally I pull over there and dump my garbage, but there's a truck behind us. I don't want him in front of us again, so won't dump our garbage today. Welcome to, well, not quite yet, but to the border. I was going to say Canada, but we're not there. Give me a minute here. A couple of cars waiting to go into the US. This one would be a little confusing for first-time truckers because the sign that tells you what to do is hidden behind that border patrol car. So they want us to stop here until we get a green light, then pull forward to the stop sign over here, which is hidden behind the patrol car. get out of the car and then, or get out of the truck and walk to the window. My last time.
What do you mean?
Won't be going to the US for a long time.
Why is that?
Sutco sold their flat deck division.
Really? To who?
What's it called? Trap line, and they don't go across the border. And oh,
Okay.
welcome to Canada. This is where we're gonna stay. Ah, it's crazy. I don't know why, it just feels so different this time. Won't have to switch units on the GPS anymore either. Just stay in kilometers. A new leaf is turned over. I think we'll drive till we hit Highway 3 and then we'll call it a day. One final long video in the US of A. Now Highway 3 we should still see a lot of. Sorry if you guys find this week a little too sappy, but I got a feeling I'm going to be sappy all week. Well, we're going to run over to Summit, see if we can get the truck fixed, the tail bar fixed, and then get loaded. I think we got one of those 11.5 feet wide loads, so try to get loaded and get as many miles in today as we can. Get the rest of the miles in tomorrow. So Tuesday, and then Wednesday morning I'll have the pilot car down into Vancouver. Thursday, I don't know, maybe unloading, do an unloading video. I did an unloading video for the bonus peoples. Maybe I'll take some of those same clips, because I'm not going to ask them to fly the camera again, but I might use some of those flying camera clips and throw them into Thursday's video. And then Friday should be a new boss video already, Friday I technically work for a new company, so we'll see how that works out. I'm excited. I'm nervous, terrified, but also super excited. Well, this company's not going to have GPS speed tracking, so I can drive at the speed everybody else drives now. For example, when the speed limit changes from 50 to 100, I had to wait to the 100-kilometer sign to start speeding up. Meanwhile, all the cars behind me, as soon as they saw the 100-kilometer speed limit sign, they were starting to speed up and were so aggravated at me. I won't miss that part of speed tracking. I'm still not going to be speeding. I'm just not a speeder. But I will speed up and slow down with the flow of traffic a little bit better like that. And there's places like in Vancouver where the speed limit's 50 and everybody does 80. It's like me doing 50 in this zone is dangerous. I need to be doing 65, 70 at least to make this safe. So in zones like that, I'm still going to be the slowest driver on the road, but at least I'll be going closer to the speed people are going. I'm not against speed tracking, it's just there were some downsides to it. Whew, I'm glad they're turning. Hate coming around the blind corner and a whole bunch of cars zooming by. All right, Highway 3, we're going to see a lot more of this. Kootenai Pass is behind us. Salmo in front of us. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all the support. Really, really appreciate you guys. If you made it this far into a long video, you're my type of crazy. Thank you for supporting us on this little corner of the internet, our little crazy corner. I am out of here. You guys absolutely rock.